This is the epicenter of audio frequency entertainment.
I love it.
It's awesome.
Can't get enough of it.
Oh, yeah. You guys are the best.
Heffron and Reep.
I love you, love you, love you.
The Heffron and Reep Show.
Hey, everybody. John Heffron, John Reep, coming live to your earbuds, your ears, you're live from your computer speakers, your car. Maybe you're listening to this.
Well, your eyeballs if you're watching live on Facebook right now or YouTube.
Yeah, maybe somebody has this on speaker and they're being annoying and not have headphones on.
Mm-hmm. I hate those people.
Weird. Am I weird? Like I'm not. I only see half of me. I don't see.
You just lean the other way.
But
there you are.
Okay, so I gotta move everything.
Wait, what if do you want to attempt the zoom out to see what it looks like?
Yeah. So
hey, V. Allen Jackson,
can you do something with us?
If you do that, boom, and then now you got your full picture.
Like Let's just do that. I'm kind of off-centered, but we're gonna leave it, right, John? My eye lines.
It doesn't bother me.
My eye lines are off like this. Yeah, and you see the top of my head, but who cares, right?
You look great.
Seriously, who cares?
No, nobody cares.
Nobody cares about any of this. It's all silly nonsense.
Yeah,
and just a moment in time. You know what I mean? We haven't even really said anything funny yet. We're comedians. Why don't we? When does the funny start? You ever see that comment when we do our shows? I go through the comments after. There's always
right.
people. There's always when does this get funny?
Right. Well, sometimes it might not. You know, it's
sometimes
subjective.
Yeah. Don't you realize podcasts were invented for comedians to talk serious and to not be comedians?
Yeah, solve the world's problems.
Weird. Yeah, podcasts or even what we're doing is weird. You can either be goofy entertaining, right? Like wacky zany.
Sure.
But then then people don't think you're cool because you're trying to be wacky, funny.
Right. Story of my life, dude.
So then if we just try to be serious, then there's people who are like, I haven't laughed once. These guys suck.
Yeah.
You guys, yeah. So
you can't please all the people all the time. So
what do we
let's
do
just make each other happy, and hopefully those people will find us and they'll like it. You know, I like you, you like me.
That's all
let's
matters.
Do that, buddy. Two Johns, one pod.
Do this for ourselves, and yeah, because I read the comments every once in a while. Not that. Do you get up? Do bad comments affect you anymore after all this?
Yes. You know what I do? The only ones that affect me are the ones that actually have a layer of truth in them. Like if I also feel the same way about about myself. Like if someone says, dude, you suck. That doesn't bother me after I've read 80 comments to where someone said it was great. But if someone says has a heckle or a negative comment that has a layer of truth in it, and I kind of feel that way about myself anyway, that one hurts the most. So what I do now, John, and I'm very active on Facebook, right?
Okay.
So I go in and I'll like all the comments. I try to like as many comments as I can. And if I don't like the ones that are negative, then it doesn't matter, right? I need to like all of them. So what I do is I squint my eyes like this, and I just scroll through and I just start liking them. And without trying to read the comments, I'm trying not to read them. I just want to like all of them. And it's me saying, thank you for even leaving a comment. And I'm not liking what you said. I'm liking that you showed up and helped my algorithm.
Right. I don't get, I don't give anybody any extra credit, or people will start doing it more, I guess. This dude on one of the shows I was reading, boy, he was not a fan of me. But it's weird when you're not a fan of somebody and you spend so much time to tell them how much they suck. So I immediately after once I get it. John, he said John Heffron is the most uninteresting, but I get that. That's your opinion of me. But when you keep telling me how bad, I suck or whatever, I kind of think you're really attracted to me. I think deep down, Maybe you had
Yeah.
parents that didn't know really how to show you love. So you kind of associate love with hate. And the only way that you can kind of show your love is by lashing out. I blame parenting. I blame, raised shittily. But I just don't understand when somebody doesn't like somebody, why you don't move on. There's a lot of bands I'm not fans of, but I don't go, oh, cool, they're streaming. I want to make sure that they know that I'm not a fan. I just move on.
Right.
When you're on Facebook, like I see people getting in political arguments, not responding and moving past the post is also an option. I don't get it. I just think that the guy really looked into my eyes and saw how hazel they were and was mesmerized. And just in some weird loop when you start feeling in your stomach, you're like, I'm really attracted to this guy, but I can't be attracted to guys, so I'm going to lash out and say how much I hate. Wait, I get it, though. It's fine.
Is there a way to block this human being?
Oh, I don't know. It just happens. You know what I mean? But I think
it's the same guy, though. But if it's the same guy over and over again,
I don't know. I don't get it. But whatever. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm not leaving you any negative comments, John. And I think you're great, buddy.
I've left a couple for you.
What?
What?
You've left? You know what? Some people have left us good comments, though. Let's talk about the good ones on iTunes. There are people who are rating us on iTunes, and if you want to help the podcast and you have no money and you don't want to be a Patreon supporter, although we would prefer that. If you want to, let's start with that. If you go to Heffern and Reap, leave it there, Alan. I'll do the reviews first. Yeah. Here's some new iTunes reviews.
Yeah, it's freedom.
Here's one that says lots of fun, 5 stars by ST Hilbert. Okay. He says, I love these guys. John and John are excellent entertainers. They are a couple of hilarious guys hanging out, talking about the 80s and life in general. The laughs are endless. Well, not endless, but they continue the next week. I listen every week, and I have a great time. You should check it out. You'll have a great time, too. Huh?
I appreciate that.
That's positive. I like that. We should reward that behavior.
We should.
Give him a shout out. Yeah.
Let's do this. This isn't my term, John Reap. This is this guy Gary V. By the way, have you bought GameStop stock?
No,
of that?
I'm afraid to mess with that.
Here's what I want to do. I want to buy Merry-Go-Round, the store that used to exist. Yeah. I wonder if they still have stock, and then I'm going to post on Reddit, and then we're all going to get rich because we're going to really blow up Merry-Go-Round stock.
Dude, we should do that for every store that's in any mall. There's a lot of these mall stores that won't make it.
Yeah, let's buy stock in Things Remembered. You ever see that store at the mall?
Yeah.
Where you just go and get stuff engraved?
Yeah,
Yeah. I remember when I was starting, all the comics, the headliners all had jokes about that store where they were like, so I walked into Things Remembered. I'm like, hey, where'd I park my car? Kind of a funny joke. But yeah, we should blow up that. Or how's Yankee Candle stock doing? There's some.
How's I don't know. How's that pop-up store in the mall here called Hickory Farms?
I went to a mall recently, first time in a long time, and they had you wait in line to get into Hot Topic. There was a line.
Oh, Hot Topic, dude.
But I didn't even know that store was. I don't have kids, so I miss out on a lot of trends. I don't even know that store was popular. I don't know why there would be a line to go into Hot Topic. I don't get it. Anywho,
to get the coolest new T-shirt, man, you got to get them cool new kicks.
Baby Yoda.
Spencer's Gifts, is that still a thing?
I don't know, actually.
Remember when I was a teenager walking through Spencer's Gifts and then picking up a dildo and throwing it at your friend, and they'd be like, "Well, I can't touch it; it's a dildo."
Yeah, they had the bachelorette party section of that. All right. I got a question for you, John. And then
I'm ready.
What 1996 Celine Dion hit became the best-selling adult contemporary song ever?
Oh, that was
96 Celine Dion hit became the best-selling adult contemporary song ever. By the way, I have questions for you. Why people jump in the chat? Hello, Justin. Hello, Shane. Hello, Thor. Stacy.
That would be from the movie Titanic. And I forgot the name of the song, but I know it's in the movie Titanic. Hang on. Near, far, wherever you are, places I will go on. What's the name of the song? Near, far, wherever you are.
Song is actually.
Wait, am I right about it though?
What?
Oh, I'm not
Because
even
You Love
right.
Me. That one started because when I did morning radio in Detroit, that was one of the big ones. It was to all the babes on some birds and all the bears on the walls of brown.
That's the country version you're doing. She didn't do a country version. I don't think. Somehow you have the country version right there.
Okay, sorry. All right, here's another one. Let me just pick one. Who withheld the tapes for his fourth album, Hard Promises, to protect record label price hikes in 1981?
Whoa. Start over again. Yeah.
Okay. Who, as I'm trying to, who, okay, so they give you a clue. Who, it's a person, withheld the tapes for his fourth album, Hard Promises, to protect record label price hikes.
I know. Richard Marx.
It's not Richard Marx.
Oh, wait, hang on. But it's someone like him, isn't it?
You should have known better.
But it's someone like Richard Marx, isn't it?
It's Tom Petty.
No, that's he's not like Richard Marx whatsoever.
What song? Hold on, watch this. This is live. This is where people think Howie Day. Oh, sorry. Dude. So I was obsessed. I did a corporate event. This is where we're gonna start bouncing all over the place. And I'm hoping that you can hear this. I did a corporate event and I had to set up, but they had me in the waiting room. So I was just talking up posts of songs.
Are you talking about a Zoom corporate event?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have
so
one.
The waiting room is just like your house.
They make you turn off the camera and then they do a presentation. So I've watched this company's presentation like 3 or 4 times. It's a great company. If you're looking for HR needs software, UKG. But I was doing this and then they made me live while I was doing it. So I just want to play this for you. Gosh, I'm going to try.
So you were doing this.
I was doing this and I'm literally sitting because I didn't know when I go on. And then they're like, John Heffron. But dude, have you? Okay, hold on. Ready? I just love it. Ready?
Yeah.
Hold on.
I'm ready.
8:13, 13 after 8, about 42 minutes to 9 o'clock. Listen, there's some great trivia coming up. Roads are a little icy, so make sure you give some leeway so you don't collide.
There it is.
I cheated.
Hit the post. I mean, you were maybe half a second too early, but that's not bad.
Because I was doing technical stuff.
Yeah. And they caught you doing that by yourself, just playing around?
Yeah. It's literally the funnest thing you can do. Let me ask you another question. Here we go.
I'm ready.
You're not going to know that one. Okay, this one. Who became a star after Sony music honcho Tony Mottola heard her demo tape in the car? Celine Dion, Mariah Carey, or Madonna?
Mariah Carey.
Yeah. Boom. What Neil Diamond song was covered by UB40?
UB40. Simply Red. No, hang on. UB40.
Also, this song would also be the anthem of every mom homeschooling their kids during Corona.
Can you hum it?
Oh,
Red wine.
Yeah, got it. Okay, new
dude.
game.
By the way, that was what you were just doing. That was not red wine, but somehow I figured it out.
I was wait, no, what?
I don't know what you were humming.
See, I even said red. Okay, so I'm gonna do this. Dude. I'm changing up. Why we're actually stalling for maybe I guess we have. How about this? I'm just going to hum, and you have to tell me the person.
Okay.
Okay, I know people podcast.
You're not a great hummer, by the way.
I know we're not talking about testosterone levels or doing all this stuff on the podcast. We're not shitting on other people. Which is me and John enjoying each other's company. So,
yeah. And look, we'll go to your comments from time to time. Mark Hunt says, John Reap. What's up, Mark Hunt? Hello, Rick Sanford III. Hello, Shane Flint and Timothy Morris. Okay, John, go ahead. Hum something.
I feel like we have. Okay, I guess I really can't hum if I. Okay, I'm just gonna. This boy group disbanded in 1994 to concentrate on solo careers. Would you like me to hum the
New Kids on the Block?
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what else. That's the right stuff, by the way.
Okay, what rock band released their first album, Appetite of Destruction?
Guns N' Roses.
19.
Child of Mine.
No, people don't do. Is like whistle. My grandma would walk around and whistle, or I've heard a couple grandma's age, would be older than us, not, but when I was younger, would do this, like they would do this cool. It wasn't humming, but they would
just sort of singing it under their breath. That used to be in cartoons all the time. The maid was cleaning up, and she'd be like,
yeah, like I don't see. Do people do that anymore? I don't know.
Wait, but can I go back to the whistling thing? You were just talking about whistling first, right?
Yeah.
I used to have a roommate, and I caught him doing this when he was cleaning the house. Whistle while you work. That's a thing, right?
Yeah.
So that used to be a thing. And I saw this dude cleaning up, and he had the whistle face like this, but there was no sound coming out. But there was no whistle. There was no noise. It was simply the face as if he was whistling. So this guy, so I said, hey, Mike, what tune was that? He goes, huh? I said, yeah, I saw you dusting and you were whistling something. What was that? He goes, oh, I wasn't whistling. I was like, well, why are you doing the whistle face? You must have had a tune in your head. So he was doing the silent whistle. I've never seen anyone do that before. Have you ever done that? Like,
that's almost like that would be air whistling.
That's like an air whistle, yeah.
Your air, like air horn, but you're actually
right. That'd be the worst MTV show ever. Air whistler.
We were talking.
What's this tune?
Like there could be competitions. We were on. I was on Jamie Bendel, the owner of the
Punchline. Atlanta.
I did his podcast, and we were talking. I'm sorry, Jamie. The next show I'll give people what the name of that show was. But we were talking about air guitaring, and then I said, "Well, I don't air guitar. I air drum."
Mm-hmm.
Right. But then we decided to take it to another level. Right. So you have air drummers. You probably do it in your car. Right.
Sure.
Do that spin thing with your finger.
Oh yeah.
And then you point. And then you throw it, you air throw it to the hot girl.
Uh-huh.
Then I said, why don't we just take it to another level? Like people only air instrument, but I think you should air band it. So if I was air drumming, then I can complain that none of my songs make the record. And then I get in a fight with the lead singer. And then you just air that you're the poorest guy in the band. Like it's a thing. Like we should.
You're just saying air, like it could be like air anything, not just the performance.
Do you air harmonica?
Harmonica. The air. I like air drums over air guitar as well. And when I do air drums, like I'll do like this one, and I'll hit it, and watch. I hit it, and it flies up, and then I catch it.
And you catch it.
Yeah.
Are you wearing wristbands when this is happening, or are you shirtless drummer? I see a lot of drummers shirtless.
God damn it!
I probably go. Do you spill something?
I always manage to roll over a cord with this. Go ahead. Ask me another question, and then let's move forward. I can read another iTunes review. We could talk about Screech passed away. That's sad. That's a legend from the 90s.
Yeah, I met Dustin. I met Dustin a few times. But at any time anybody in the comedy community passes, you know of the guy.
I never met him. I never met the guy, but I knew he was doing stand up the last 10 years or so.
Yeah, I think that guy had cancer sucks. Dude. He had a tough. I think that dude had a tough thing.
Yeah,
tough road.
Well, he was the sort of the nerd, so he got picked on there. He made money. He profited off of it, and then I think his dad stole from him.
Yeah,
possibly. Yeah. And then it's like, okay, well, I'll just do stand up. And then that's tough to do when you come from something else. And then you try to come into stand up. some comedians aren't always that welcoming of that. So he probably got crapped on there, and then he had to shoot like an adult film, to make money. That was kind of sad, but he had a big schlong. That's what I heard.
Yeah, I couldn't even can you imagine making cash and then your parents just being dicks and spending when you're working since you were 4. Anywho, let's
Heffron and Reap. Subject change.
All right, so who recorded "Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me" with Elton John, 1991? That's
George Michael. I know that.
Okay. Oh, I'm gonna hum this one. Name what? I'd be horrible on Jeopardy because I can't read. What band was named for the jam made by Eddie Vedder's grandma? Oh, come on.
Pearl Jam.
That's a horrible question. You should word that differently. And then
but wait, you know something, John? I didn't even know that till recently. Even flow.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it that time.
I don't
know that one.
I'm not saying.
I don't know if we should do that anymore. Let's not do that one anymore.
You don't want me to hum anymore?
I don't. I'm sorry.
Okay. Why? What's the bit about my humming?
That's not your humming. I think it's all humming. I would rather you whistle than hum.
I can't. Ever since I got ever since I had Bell's palsy, I lost the ability to whistle.
No kidding.
Because I lost that. I can't. It doesn't.
A little bit there.
My lips doesn't.
Yeah, that's bad. Well, I don't know.
I can't even.
Do you have a kazoo nearby?
No, and I never learned how to do that whistle.
Yeah.
Ears in your mouth. Can you do that thing?
Oh, yeah. Ready? I'm going to back up. Here you go. Hang on. It's been a while. Yeah, I can do it, but it's been a minute. My brother can do it. I am jealous of these people who can do that same whistle without the fingers, just with the tongue motion. Like that. I can't do that. My brother could do it. My dad could do it. I could never do it. Yeah. But really loud.
Yeah, like you can never ride a horse.
Yeah, it's tough.
Like, yeah.
But something about I prefer a good whistle over a hum any day. Now, John, I can also whistle by inhaling or exhaling. So I could theoretically whistle indefinitely. Like I don't have to stop and take a breath because I can whistle blowing out or sucking in.
Let's hear it.
All right. Okay. I'll start from there. Okay. Here we go.
Oh,
so I could do that for hours. You're listening to the Heffron and Reap show.
You guys, where's it get funny? All they do is whistle. Yeah.
Wait, yeah, let me read another review unless you got something else you want to talk about.
I think I could do what you did when I'm sleeping, like with
your nose
when I'm snoring. I think I do that, but not.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good a nose whistle. That's bad, right? And you get some mucus that's kind of dried up in there, and it creates its own little whistle. That's always it's always fun and embarrassing if you're in public and you take a breath and everybody hears your nose whistle. You're like, oh no, this guy needs to blow his nose like a day ago. Do
you snore? I don't remember last time.
Yeah, I do snore.
I fall asleep on the couch watching Netflix, but I don't remember. Do you snore?
Yes, I do.
Do you? I think I'm. Can you grow into snoring and it get louder?
Yes.
So.
Depends on what your habits are, your rituals at night.
I think I'm afraid to sleep on flights because I think I snore. Like I put my neck down like this, but I think I do a lot. And then I would always, but that was back in the old times when we actually traveled.
Mark Hunt can testify to my snoring. He
and you kick while you're sleeping.
Oh,
I'm just making up that.
Mark, I thought you read another comment that I didn't see. I'm like, what? No, Mark's my buddy. He came to stay with me in Raleigh one time when I had a gig there. So he crashed in the other bed in the same hotel as me. And I woke up thinking that he would be there and that we would have breakfast or something. He had left in the middle of the night because he couldn't sleep because of my snoring. And he recorded it and played it back for me later. He goes, "You don't understand how loud it was." I think he tried to go to the bathroom and sleep in the tub for a minute, and that didn't work. And he just got up and drove home.
That's probably, and maybe I'll take it to the comments. But if you have a partner that snores too loud, that would be a thing. If you're married to somebody,
totally,
and they snored, you'd have a pillow over your face, or you would have to just go into a separate room.
My mom and dad both had separate rooms later in life because of his snoring.
I think separate rooms, and I've talked about this I think that's legit the way to go.
Yeah, I'm cool with it. So here's what you do, right? You get a cool house, 2 master bedrooms, right? Yeah. This is the ideal house for me. Mm-hmm. 2 master bedrooms, right? Both of them are tricked out. Both are pretty cool. And then you go to bed in one and you have your fun, whatever it is. And then when you're done, somebody eventually gets up and sneaks off to the other room.
Yeah.
Simple. And then you wake up and come back in there, do a little cuddling, whatever you want.
And then if it's late at night, you can text that person, just go, "You up?"
Right. Yeah.
You up?
Well, I like that.
Yeah, you could just go, "So you're gonna hang out? I mean, if I see you tomorrow, we'll hang." But yeah, that's how they used to do it, by the way, in I don't know what time period, but back in 1800s, that used to be the husband and wife didn't sleep in the same room. They were in separate. They had all these separate things. So you're kind of just going old school. You're not doing it differently.
No. I mean, my parents loved each other, still do, and they had separate rooms. And I think that might be a key to a long relationship. I don't know, a place that you can go and escape to. It's great, isn't it?
And the snoring thing. What are some?
But the CPAP. I've tried the CPAP machine too. Like that doesn't work. Because it works if you can sleep on your back the whole night, but I have to. I'm a side sleeper, and I get up to pee sometimes, and so I'm not putting that thing back on in the middle of the night if I'm tired.
That would be a great scary movie, like a Saw type thing. We'll start a Kickstarter thing.
All right,
it's a sleep test or something, whatever they call it, and it's all these people that check into a sleep study place.
Yeah.
And they all get plugged in with the head stuff, and they're all just everyone's got their little backstories, business guy, a single mom, and just all the thing. But then the person controlling the sleep study is a whack job and starts like electrocuting them, and they're keeping them, and then they got to get out of the sleep study place.
Yeah.
And then at the last line is the guy who lives. He'll just look at everyone and go, "I think I'd rather have sleep apnea." and then the person that they killed pops his head up, like you think he's asleep, and then he pops his head up.
Yes.
And then that sets us up for sleep study 2.
Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah. So, by the way, So I don't want to subject, but that would be a great scary movie.
Yeah. No, I was ready to roll. I mean, we could even do a thing where maybe he can plug into your brain and he can control your dreams. You ever see that Dreamscape movie back in the day?
Yeah.
It could be more than just sleep. He could get into your head with dreams.
Let me ask you this.
That's a whole other thing.
Let me ask you this about dreams. Have you ever hooked up in a dream?
What are you talking about?
Like hooked up, like had legit had sex in your dream?
Of course. Yes. Wet dreams. Love them.
That was probably when you're like 15 or 16, but
you asked me ever.
But as an adult, do you ever have like a dream? Not like it's weird in your butt, but you're physically doing it.
I've had sexual dreams, and I love them when I do. It's great, but I don't know if I'm actually
doing it.
I can't remember exactly what happened. I just know that it was a sexual. I mean, I can't think of one right now to tell you, but I can't. So I don't know if I actually had sex in the dream. I just know it's sexual.
Gotcha. I didn't know. I don't have any. ever. So I don't remember. I just don't know if that was a thing. The only 3 dreams that I consistently have are.
You have the same dreams?
Yeah. Like pretty much.
That
So
sucks.
yeah, I have. Well, I had a reoccurring dream when I was a kid that I was like in the dream. You know how dreams don't make sense when you're repeating them, but in the dream, I would look out of a window and I'd see a guy just like this staring at me. And then I'd run into another room and then the guy's head would pop up and do that to me. So I would have that reoccurring dream all the time where even to this day, I can't, all windows have to have shades. I can't be in a room that has open windows because it drives me crazy. One time I was a teenager, I was having that dream, and somewhere in the dream I went kind of like, fuck this. And I ran outside and I ran towards the guy. I was so at this.
You were taking charge.
Went up there, never had that dream ever again. Never had that dream ever.
Were you having a lucid dream? And do you know what that is?
I do have those where in the dream, I can say to myself, I'm dreaming, I want to fly. And then I would, I'll see a building and I'll run and I'll jump and I'll fly. And then right about when I'm like, this is awesome, I'm flying, this is a dream. And I do stuff, then I kind of start to wake up. But the other ones I always have is driving. And this is probably like life thing where the steering wheel of your car doesn't work. And you can't, or I'm always going over like a pretty big bridge and I can't, the brakes, or I'm sliding like in snow. So I'm sure that's, you don't feel you have control of your life type.
Maybe.
Yeah, but
it's interesting to me that you have the same sort of 3 reoccurring dreams. And I don't think I have that. The only thing I've had close to that is the losing of your teeth. I think everyone's had something where they feel like their teeth are rotting out or they're coming out. And I think that means, I've heard people say that means you're worried about a big change that's about to happen or something.
Yeah, I get that with they ever have like big waves or big water, like floodish type dreams.
Yeah.
Like you see a wave coming at you and it hits you. That apparently, because I have this one a lot, is a spiritual awakening or something. It's like positive. Like some scariest dreams for some reason are supposed to. And then you hear anytime you dream about somebody, that person is you. Like you're the only one in your dreams, even though you. And then, how does your brain create all those characters in your dreams? That's what I don't get. When you're having a dream where you're walking through a mall, those all aren't avatars. They're all random people's faces.
Right.
They're always different. So your brain just your dream with random people. If you're in a crowd, how does it know to do that? And are those people you've seen are they real people, or does your brain just connect with that?
I think, the study of brain science is fascinating. We only use 10% of our brain. So maybe the other 90% is like coming up with cool things to do at night while you're asleep. I love the lucid dreaming, and I have an app that I think would be, an idea for a service. Maybe. See, this is something that Heffron and Reap does. Yeah, we come up with ideas that we will never do, but hopefully someone else will take it and give us $0 and 0 credit for it.
Can I say one thing before you're about to say what you're saying?
Yeah.
I've been joking on these Zoom calls that there needs to be a big button like this big, because no one knows how to unmute themselves on a Zoom. It's a pain in the ass because you see that there should be a I'm out of here button where you just go like this and it mutes you or unmutes you.
Right.
But then I thought at the end of Zoom calls, and then we'll get to what you're saying. So, sorry, I'm interrupting. And at the end of Zoom, nobody knows how to get out of a Zoom meeting. It's really uncomfortable. We're like, okay, John, that was great. Let's circle back around. Thank you, John Reap, John. And then people sit there, like, the first to leave your meeting. So here's what I think on Zoom. Ready? There needs to be an outro video where I'm like, okay, everybody, you guys take care. We'll see you next week. And then like a Star Trek thing comes down and you disappear. Like, I'm done with the meeting outro video where I hit a button and then it shoots me into the air or I explode.
Oh, yeah, whatever it is, a 3-second thing.
Or this is how you get entered into a Zoom meeting, like college football. Watch, like when they introduce somebody, they go, Anthony Thompson, quarterback, and then you see him go. You know,
yeah, I like that.
On the college football where you see him, I think you should have a pre-roll for Zoom meetings where it's like introducing John Reap, and you just go.
Yeah,
you can have like one signature,
like a football, just holding it.
Yeah, and
catching it.
It plays it before you log on. That should be the expansion. But anyway, that button thing or lever, I saw it on my Facebook ads. There's a huge red panic button that lets you unmute yourself. I'm like,
it already exists?
It already exists. I swear I made it up. So now I want to do the foot pedal where it's a foot pedal that unmutes you. And then you have another foot pedal like a guitar effects where you can hit it and then your feed goes robot-y. You know, max headroom's like you have a bad internet connection, and then you can just leave the meeting and you can blame it on your internet connection.
Now, see, that's good.
Yeah, you hit it and then you max headroom it, just like when our internet does it, where you're sputtering, but it's a foot pedal where you just do that, and then
I like it.
I'm gonna have to, and then you just click off. Right. Yeah, and it freezes you and you just bail.
That's great. I love that. That's a good idea. How do you monetize that?
Sell everybody's in Zoom meetings. You have the foot pedal. Get out of a Zoom meeting. We should give that. Somebody just made $1 billion. What's your app? Your lucid dreaming app?
Oh, all right. So, have you ever fell asleep listening to the TV? Like left the TV on, and then you have a weird dream about what the program was?
Yeah.
So that's possible. That happens. So sometimes when you're asleep and whatever sound you're hearing, it gets in your brain and it maybe influences a dream, right?
Okay.
So if that is possible, then why don't we have a sleeping app that, let's say tonight I want to dream about flying. Then you turn on the sleeping app and for the first hour or two, it's nothing but sleep sounds, waterfall, rainstorm, waves, whatever it is. But then 2 hours in, when you might be hitting your REM sleep, it switches over to things that would make you think that you're flying. Maybe it's a scene from Superman. Maybe it's a scene from whatever, something with flying birds, so maybe that would influence your dream. And of course you could do that with sex dreams. If you want to have dreams about sex, John, 2 hours into the sleep app, it just switches over to sex noises, lots of moaning and groaning. Maybe it's porn music you're hearing,
or it just opens up your other browser that you had going before you fell asleep, right?
right.
And the live Jasmine ad pops up on your computer, and you got to figure out how to click out back to the video. Dude, so I was thinking of this while you were saying that.
Do you think that's a good idea? Give me some praise first.
Yes, that's a great idea. And
thank you.
Here's where I thought you were going with it, but I think it's the same thing that you said. Did you ever fall asleep? Like when I would go to my grandparents' house, but also I was a kid, my grandma would always watch her pictures. She called movies pictures.
Yeah, the picture show.
Pictures, like that's a good picture with so-and-so. And then the TV shows were programs.
Yes.
So, she would watch, Meet Me in St. Louis, or there's so many movies that I think, but the pace of them, some of those movies were just so slow.
Yeah.
Black and white, and the guy talked like this, right? So
yeah, why do people talk like that in old movies?
Listen,
is that how they talk back then, or is that just bad acting?
I'm gonna come back here one more time, right?
Hey?
And you money, or you get one of these, right? You get one of these, huh? But those would always put me down. I just fall asleep. So here's what I'm gonna do this tonight. We get public domain movies. There's a bunch from the 30s, and people like, listen, I loved you. I loved you when I first met you, right? You should know, man. Well, listen, I don't want
you lied to me over and over again. I don't know if I can ever trust another man.
Listen, right? I didn't lie to you. I did what I had to, right? Just so we can have one more thing, right? So we get one of those old movies, and then we put like a dream type music underneath it. And then that's what you fall asleep to, is some old ass movie with just the dialogue, or an old baseball game.
I mean, yeah, it will put you to sleep. Definitely. My goal is to try to influence a dream. You said earlier you didn't have any sex dreams and you'd like to have one, maybe. I don't know, like a wet dream. I mean, as a 13-year-old kid, whatever it was, you had a wet dream. Was it not the most awesome experience ever? I mean, sure, your bed was nasty and that sucked, but I'm talking the dream part was amazing, right?
I don't remember. I almost feel like if you have one, it is, again, it's been a while, and I don't remember it being, like that. I don't remember. So I don't like.
Yeah, it's great.
You should have like get a present. Right? Because don't women, I don't want to get out. I've seen people have, my daughter had, had like first period party. I watched a guy on Instagram who showed his daughter and everything. It was red theme. I don't know if I agree with that but they made a big deal of it. So, okay, but that's
embarrassing for the girl too, isn't it?
Or do you celebrate woman? I don't know. I don't have I don't know. So I'm not. You could convince. I don't know. It's not a gross thing. It's something that happens to your body. But what you want to, I don't know. But at the same thing, a wet dream would be the same natural occurrence. There's no shame in having one. Why could you not have friends over that Friday?
You know what Steve Martin and Martin Short and that crowd do now that they've hit a certain age and they have to go get colonostomies. Oh, yeah. So what they do is they all schedule their colonostomies on the same sort of same weekend, and instead of dreading that night before where you can't eat anything and you got to drink that fluid, they get together and they just drink the fluid together, and they make a party out of it, and they I got not to be gross, but I got sent. I didn't want to do that, so they sent me a home kit, right, to check out that, and I opened it, and then I would get calls from Cologuard or whatever it is asking me if I've opened the package, and I did, and I didn't understand the instructions. I know it's easy that you just I didn't understand the thing, and then I would just block their calls because I didn't want to say I never did my homework, and then the thing expired. So now I have to call my doctor and go, hey, I'm just going to say that it was sent to a neighbor's house. Somebody stole it off my porch. I don't know. Right. Cologuard colon tests off your front porch like Amazon would. Like people would steal Amazon, but right. Hey, I got Alan, can you put up that comment by Letha Page? I want to read this one. I'm not sure what this means. Bert Kreischer, period party. They aren't embarrassed anymore. They invite boys to mess with their heads.
Yeah, that's how I saw it. I saw that.
Do you know anything about that?
I wasn't going to. Yeah, that's who I saw do it.
He had a period party
for one of his daughters,
like as a joke.
No, they had cakes and everything.
Did she want this? Did she say, Dad, why when's my period party?
It's Bert Kreischer. He puts everything on his Instagram. I think if you're just part of his family, you're just gonna assume that you're. But it was a big deal. They had neighbors come over. There was a lot of.
Well, maybe he was, because it's Bert and everything's funny and a joke. Maybe he was making fun of people having those stupid parties about the gender reveal, which I think is dumb. Please don't ever invite me to a gender reveal party if you're watching this. I don't want to say no to you, and I don't want to go. So don't invite me. Maybe he's making fun of that. Like, okay, if you're going to have a gender reveal party, why can't I have a period party? You know, I don't know. We can't call him. I know, dude, it was a big, but it seemed like this thing was a thing. And whoever made the cake wasn't the first time that they made that type of a cake. I don't know. Wow. So let me ask you this.
But I like
we have no business talking about this because we're dudes.
Move on, and we don't
in our late 40s.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know a lot about the female anatomy. But isn't there a quinceañera? What's a quinceañera?
That is a sweet 16 for Latino
community, right? So that happens around 15 or 16, right?
Yeah.
And then 13 is a bar mitzvah for Jewish boys, right?
And there's bat mitzvah.
Bat mitzvah
is for the girls.
Okay.
I don't know what age.
So do we need one more party?
Well, I mean, I guess Sweet 16 would be the white version of all that.
Yeah, I guess.
Everybody. I didn't mean.
I'm just saying we don't need another.
I was trying to.
We have a lot of parties. We're fine without. We're fine without a period party. Rick Sanford III, very funny comment. How about a ginger reveal party? Huh? So when your baby comes out, like when you find out for the first time that you have a ginger baby, you have a big ginger reveal party. I like it. I don't know how to do that, but I like the wordplay by Rick Sanford III. 15 is quince for in Spanish. So I guess my point was we don't need a period party because we have lots of other parties for almost every other freaking age. We can do without a period party, and I'm not going to ask you to celebrate my wet dreams either. Okay, we'll be right back. No,
subject change.
What duo considered the most commercially successful English pop group in 1980? What duo is considered the most commercially successful English pop group in 1980?
I like it when you enunciate vowels and
my reading suck.
That's Wham.
Dun, 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 bum, ba, ba, la, da, ding,
Wake me up before you go.
How do we even know how to do this?
No, I like that better than the humming, whatever you're doing.
Do 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 da 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 boom da 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 boom da 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 da.
I mean, I know it's a Wham song, but I forgot the name of it.
I'm not telling it. Maybe the people will guess it. What claimed to have built this city on rock and roll?
Who claimed to do that?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, that's REO Speedwagon, isn't it? No, no, it's not.
Taking the name the city.
Wait, are you? What was the question? What are you asking?
Who claimed to have built this city on?
Who claimed? So you need the name of the band, right?
I'm sorry, John. I have to interrupt here. Did you just say you thought REO Speedwagon saying we built the city?
Yeah,
I did. I did say that, and I know I'm wrong now. And have I offended the Alan Jackson?
A little bit.
If Alan,
well, you tell me the difference between a Jefferson Starship and an REO Speedwagon.
What?
One's way faster.
Yes, exactly. That's it.
he put down his licorice to score.
He was very
Is he an REO?
I'm learning new things about the Alan Jackson every day. I didn't know he cared that much about Jefferson Starship. I mean REO Speedway. I mean, what's the difference?
I don't even know how to do that grandma hum, that singing, that Lottie. Like, pick a song and try to do that grandma hum to. Do it too. By the way, it was Jefferson Starship, which also known that song has gone down as one of the worst songs. In history.
Yeah, it's not even a rock and roll song.
I like the middle part where the DJ goes, "Hey, coming over the bridge."
Right.
It never stops. We built this.
I knew you'd like that part.
Try to do that grandma hum. Let me just try to. Okay, what rocker was also named Bob Ricci as a kid?
Bob Ricci as a kid?
Yeah.
What kind of rocker was he?
I would maybe use a different adjective.
What adjective would you use?
Right now, I think he's one of the most popular cover bands. If you see him, but it's okay. Want me to try to grandma sing it?
Yeah. Then I might try that afterwards too.
Horrible. That's horrible, dude. Hold on. Think.
I don't know.
I can't even do it. It's hard.
Just give me the answer.
Kid Rock.
Kid Rock.
Yeah, this is Bob Ricci. Yeah, I was doing like the beginning where he's like,
boop, boppity boop.
Oh yeah, boom, chicka boom,
bang, bang, chicka bang, 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 boop.
bomb, chicka bomb.
Yeah, something like that.
Grandma sing. I'm gonna pick a song. Do that, Grandma. That thing too. Hold on. I'm trying to a Tiffany song.
Okay. Okay. Hang on. I'll do a Tiffany song for you.
I can pull up on my phone. Do you want me to try to pull up?
No, I got one. Let me do one.
Okay.
I got one in my head.
Okay.
Ba beep ba ba boo pa dee 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 boo 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 doo dee doo da ba dee ba ba boo doo da da ba ba dee ba ba dee ba bee ba. Is that right? Did you know what I was humming? Yeah.
It's hard to do, and we're not even doing the
Running just as fast as they can, holding on to one another's hands,
and
trying to get away into the night. Then you stumble to the ground, and then we stumble. Then you say,
I think we're alone.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move on.
So, dude. So our sleep study, slasher film.
Go ahead.
I think that's a thing.
It's just called the sleep study.
It's a sleep study, but we could crowdfund.
No, it's the name of this sleep study.
Sleep study, and it goes
The sleep study.
And then you see the wife go, well, hey, Ralph, I hope you finally get rid of that snoring because that snoring is killing me. And then
the sleep study. No time to cram for this exam.
Yeah, it's and they go and it's all these families like saying goodbye. Wow, this is the best sleep I'm gonna get with you not in here, huh? And then the guy's looking out of his window and just seeing everybody come in, and then they're super friendly, like just super hot blonde girl, like in a like a lab coat, checks you in, and she's kind of really flirty. And then the guy, they hook him up, and you're there, and you're like, you guys aren't gonna want ha ha ha.
I've done the sleep study before. Have you ever had one done?
I wanted to do an at home. I didn't. I need one, but I didn't. I didn't know if I didn't know if you could take sleep help.
Yeah. Well, they tell you not to. Well, I've heard two different versions of that. They told me not to take any sort of sleeping pill or anything like that. Just show up. They're going to hook. I went to a place. I slept in their building. I went there. They had a fake looking hotel room in there. Yeah. And they put all these electrode probes all over your face, on your head, on your hands. And they say, just sleep naturally. I'm like, how can I do that? I have a spider web of cords all over me. I can't sleep like this. And I don't think I slept. They said, do what you normally do. Like, I watch TV until I pass out. And I don't think I slept. They said that I did sleep, but I don't even remember sleeping.
I got one of these Halo, it's Amazon Halo thingy that sleep tracks you, where it tells you how much deep sleep you got, what your body temperature was, how fast it took you to fall asleep. And so for the last 2 weeks I've gotten, and it gives you a percentage of how well you slept.
Yeah.
I'm averaging it like 45%, like 100% is like the best sleep. And I've sleep for, I think the highest I got was 45 minutes for a night, but I've been in bed for 12 hours or like light sleep.
Right.
So that can't be good. But now back to the thing, dude, we could do this. Shane said that he'd invest in it. It's going to be cheap because we're not dealing with a lot of sets. It's just an office building in with the sleep.
The movie. Yeah.
Yeah. The movie. Like and then you all hooked up, and imagine if the hot girl's like hooking you up. And then she just looks at you and goes, do you ever think about death? Like right as you and then you don't know, and you got to run, and you got
why? Huh? What?
Yeah. And then you start to go, and then, yeah. And then we'll make it, if we make it like a Cinemax scary, we'll have like the scary guy and her kind of like hook up.
We could do it. Oh, I like this.
So there's a little bit of like butt action. Just, it's a scary movie. You got to see something in this for a second.
Oh, yeah, totally. I mean, I'd show a little bit of crack for that, but like maybe a little back sack, bend over. Just kidding. That was gross. How about this to make it affordable? Okay.
A
lot of people like the found footage films where it's like a fake movie about amateur, like a Blair Witch type thing. way cheaper to shoot it that way. If you just go for it that way, we're going to shoot a found footage film. So maybe it's the stories about me or you, like, driving the other person to the sleep study. We're going to drop you off or something. And they're like, hi, I'm here in the hospital and they're hooking me up to these things. And, so it's maybe a found footage and security cameras are shooting it. And it's got a little bit of Saw feel to it.
Dude. Okay. So what about this? We have a fest. We need cash. We have a festival. Wouldn't it be fun to put out? Here's our scary movie.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone has 2 minutes, but here's the theme. It's a sleep study. That's it. And then you let people just do fan films. Study in their bedroom. Everyone has a bedroom. And you just let people do 2 or 3 minutes. I did this thing, Alan. I don't know. This would probably be impossible to pull up. If there was a short I did called Peach Fuzz. So
you did what?
It's called, and I don't have the links because I just thought of this, but my friend Heather Irvine goes, hey, we're in this 24-hour movie thing where they get the movie idea and they have 24 hours to crank out this movie.
Okay.
And she goes, can you do the voice of one of the characters? And then they give you, it has to have these 3 names in it. It has to be about babies, and they give you 3 subjects, and then they just let everybody go. I don't know if you can pull it up. It's called Peach Fuzz, I believe. They did a cartoon. It's a cartoon, and I just voice acted one of the guys in it. In 24 hours, it's amazing what people can do in 24 hours. I got a call and she said, hey, can you voice? And I just went to this podcast and stuff. And I just kind of improvised it and then emailed it.
Wow.
And then I wish,
when did that happen?
This was in the beginning of, okay. So can we hear the audio with us on it? So
emergency.
He's still
Roll
there.
call. Dewey and Alex Club. Dewey here. Alex
here.
There's been a crime today.
Kidnapping
people.
and property.
So people check that out and see it. I'm in it towards the end. You'll hear my nasally voice. I don't want it, but they knocked this whole thing out. It's only 6 minutes in less than 24 hours. Wrote the script, animated it, and got everyone to voice actor it. Yeah.
So why is it called Peach Fuzz?
There's because they're having a birthday. The kid's having a birthday party, and somebody pops his balloon, and they're trying to investigate who popped the balloon. So it's like fuzz, like cops.
Okay.
And then you have to but it's and I come in towards the end. If you go to the website that's on here on Facebook, it happened on July 18th. That was my birthday.
Wow.
Right, Alan, do what you're doing. Go, keep going, keep going, dude. Sorry. That's okay. Go back. Now you see me like
You should be allowed that. And you go
start like right about here. That's not the point. And you're gonna end up. Okay, yeah. Go back like 2 seconds. Like drinking out of a sippy cup. I did this.
Anyone left?
Well, yeah, the other Alex.
I have a cape right there. That's me.
Dude, you're a ginger.
Yeah, I popped the balloon. Okay, let's not all cry like we're a bunch of zygotes. Okay, let's not get all Alex Talberty on everybody. I popped the balloon, but I did you a favor. Your whole life is going to be full of balloons being popped, and you're going to end up like my Aunt Karen, who hides behind the shed drinking out of a sippy cup. I did this for you to toughen you up.
It isn't the Dewey, Alex, and Alex Club. It just wouldn't be in alphabetical order.
And I'm going to be
Dude,
honest with
your
you,
character
I will
looks
do it
just like
again.
me when I was a kid.
Yeah, just hit stop.
He's a blue-eyed ginger.
So those weird names and zygote and that weird name, I had to put all the words you had to have in there. But that took only like find it, Peach Fuzz, animated short, and just say John saying. But
That's awesome.
We could do it, and that was less than 24 hours. And it was like a fun project. We could do.
So let's just make a short film is what you're saying, like a 6-minute film called Sleep Study. or 20 minutes or 30 minutes, whatever we want.
Like a trailer. We'll just do a fake trailer.
Oh, do a fake trailer.
They have apps on your phone that you can have scary movie stuff. Yeah. I don't know. I like to sleep study, dude.
Well, why don't we have people write, give us certain lines of dialogue that they definitely want in the trailer of Sleep Study. And then
a lot of sleep puns, like I'd rather have apnea. You know,
right.
At the end, right before the guys who we think is killed, you know, he pops his head up. And then you see on the computer where it just says awake. Like,
yeah.
And then you think he's dead. And then the thing goes awake.
Yeah. All right. Get on that Facebook and YouTube. Start writing some stuff. John will go back here. He looks at the comments. I squint at them.
Then we can move on. We can have it's a whole franchise, The Test. And then it's like guys going in for like testosterone replacement. And it's just every test you would go in for is where they just start killing you. You go to the eye doctors for the test and you put your face in that eye thing and the person, you know, better or worse, and it cuts off your eyelid. Like,
right.
You're stuck. You know, when they do that glaucoma test, that real scary thing where they shoot air. And like, it shoots it so hard your eyeballs go in the back of your head.
Oh, yeah.
Every test you would ever have to go get, like somebody sticks their arm in that blood pressure test at CVS, and it just keeps squeezing and it keeps squeezing until it pops your arm. Let you go.
Oh, yeah. It just knocks you. Yeah. It just pinches your arm off.
It just pinches it. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
and then the CVS person jumps over the counter and like kills you.
You see some big fat guy just keep pumping. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
I got to tell you this. Well, I got all excited when you said peach fuzz. Okay, because me and my girl just recently picked a random scary movie to watch on Netflix, and I'd never heard of this movie. I didn't know anything about it. It came out in 2014. It's called Creep, and it's Mark Duplass, one of the Duplass brothers. You know what I'm talking about? Well, it's a found footage film, and it's about like this dude. He says he puts an ad out like he's dying and he wants to make a video for his kid, kind of like Michael Keaton's movie. And so he hires a guy to come up and just say, "Here's this much money for 24 hours of your time. Just film everything I do." And so he's really creepy though, and it gets really weird and creepy. And then one of his characters is that he, I don't want to spoil it, but Peach Fuzz is very, very big in this film. So I would say go watch Creep if you actually want to be creeped out. I don't know that one.
You don't know what song it is? Is it what?
Dun, dun, dun.
And what? And I creep. Yeah.
I like singing Creep by Radiohead when I do some karaoke from time to time.
What's people like to hear you sing? I saw that on the comments before. Let's hear some.
Oh, don't make me sing Creep by Radiohead right now.
Is it hard?
I'm a creep. I'm a widow. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. Oh, she's running out the door. Can't do it. My voice is not. I just did 4 shows in Omaha, Nebraska, and my voice is recovering.
How is Omaha somewhere? It's somewhere. I can't do the grandma hum. It's impossible without singing the words. That was "Get Your Money Back at the Door, Omaha."
I've never heard that song to begin with.
You never Counting Crows?
What's the name of the song?
Literally Omaha.
No, I know Wichita. I'm going to Wichita. Boom, 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 boom. They play that in sporting events a lot. I don't know Omaha though.
You gotta know.
I know that Peyton Manning says Omaha a lot. but he used to say Omaha a lot when pre-snap. If you want to change the play at the line of scrimmage,
dude, you got to hear. Well, hold on, but dude, you know Omaha.
Are you looking it up right now?
No, Counting Crows, Omaha.
Oh, you can have Alan do this while we talk.
No, I like stopping.
Yes, sir. Omaha is on the album with Mr. Jones. Oh, yeah. I have heard that. Omaha, I'm talking over it so we don't get flagged, but yes.
Get your money back at the door. Did people get the money back at the door? Did you sell out? How'd you do?
I sold out three out of 4 shows, but I barely didn't even get there. Yeah, it's a horrible trains, planes, and automobiles type of story, and I don't know how much of it I could tell you without you getting bored. But because you've had this happen to you, flights get delayed.
Yeah.
So I'm in Charlotte. By the way, I got a new hat. I don't know if you saw the new hat. You like my new hat?
It says Wise with the donkey on it.
Yeah.
I like the colors of that thing.
Yeah.
You're going to bend that bill.
Yeah, I already bent it.
That shows our age, I believe. If you leave it straight,
it doesn't look good on me.
I don't think it looks. It looks weird.
Yeah, I bend it immediately.
So do I. But
yeah.
So you flew out there.
Always get a new hat at this one store at the Charlotte Douglas Airport when I know that I'm going to be stuck there a while. So I bought this hat for that reason. But anyway, I get to the airport.
The Charlotte Mall with all the rocking chairs. It's like a full mall at the airport. You got to do a sprint. If you land on one side and you got to go, you have to jump on that little moving sidewalk and you pass the fun. It's a tough run if you got a connection, but they have a Brooks Brothers there. They have, anyway. So
by the way, listen, everyone who doesn't fly that often, and when you do fly, please know this: the moving sidewalks are for people who are in a hurry.
Yeah.
They're not for you to stand on and get in the way of people who are really trying to walk on a moving sidewalk. And it's okay if you want to stand. Maybe you got a bad knee. Stand to the right.
Yeah.
Don't stand on the left.
You got maniac kids. You wheel them in. You don't let them all play on the thing. You hold your kid. You grab that kid and you hold them. You don't let them run around or you run with that.
Right.
Your roll luggage makes that noise.
People are in a hurry at an airport.
Yeah.
Okay. So the moving sidewalk is for people who are trying to move quicker. Anyway, flight got delayed. All right. Flight got delayed one time. I go, that happens. I get it. I'll just wait around. I was going to fly in on Thursday, the day of the first show.
But that's what you do.
Huh?
It's always risky, but you got to, you usually take that chance.
I do it now when I know there's no press to be done because of COVID.
Which is, I don't like COVID. I like not to impress. Go on.
Yeah. So far, this is a win-win.
Okay.
Right? I was going to fly a day of show. I was going to get in around 3 p.m.
Yeah.
Plenty of time. And then so flight gets delayed. I'm like, oh boy. It gets delayed 3 times. And now I realize I won't make the show.
Okay.
And so now I'm emailing Colleen from the Funny Bone. I'm telling her, here's what's going on. Flight's delayed. She goes, you know what? Thursday, numbers were not great. Let's go ahead and cancel it. Enjoy yourself a travel day. All right. So just come on in, get in the hotel, get some dinner and a movie and chill out. And we'll see you Friday. I go, fine. And I'm on brain. I'm like, that's fine. I get a travel day. She's going to change the Thursday show to a second show Friday. Right. So I'm not losing money. It's really kind of a cool deal. I'm like, I was pumped with this news.
Gotcha.
Then I'm like, then I see it gets delayed again. I'm like, what's going on? Now I'm asking, why is it delayed? There's no bad weather in Omaha. There's no bad weather in Charlotte at the time. What's going on? I go to the gate agent. I go, why is it getting delayed? She goes, oh, by the way, it just got canceled. Oh. I'm like, okay, why is it getting canceled now? Well, apparently every plane that American Airlines has that they use on the smaller commutes,
regional jet thingy,
PSAs.
Yeah.
All of them were canceled. because of a maintenance issue. They wanted to look at a certain door in the nose of the plane on all of them. So it was like a recall. Oh. So I'm like, oh, well, I'm glad I'm asking this question. She goes, yeah, so all we can do now is rebook you on another flight that's not that type of plane. I go, well, there's no other type of plane that flies straight from Charlotte to Omaha.
Yeah,
she goes, that's right. So now you're going to have to go to Dallas, and then from Dallas to Omaha tomorrow morning at 7 a.m.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right. Now I'm thinking, well, do I drive back to Hickory?
And just call it, just come down.
Or do I'll make them get me a hotel room, because they have to get you a hotel room when they do this stuff. So they got me a hotel room. I'm like, cool. What about my bags? I checked 2 bags. I got merchandise and clothes. And so I checked my bags. She goes, it's easier if you don't try and get your bags and just let them get it on to the next thing. So I ended up having to stay in a hotel room in Charlotte without my bags, just the same clothes I wore that day. And I was like, I'm going to make the best of it. I go to a grocery store. I get some chicken. I don't have my sleeping pills with me, so I buy some off, over the counter sleeping pill.
Not as strong.
Yeah. And I get like acid reflux pills because I know I'm about to destroy my stomach. And I'm like, I'm just going to go to this hotel room, pig out, and pass out. And so literally, if this were a movie, this would be a fun scene in this movie where I come back to the hotel room. By the way, I got recognized at the hotel, and all I want to do is check in and go do this stuff. They want to take pictures. I'm like, cool. Anyway, fast forward to here's me in a hotel room with an entire rotisserie baked chicken. Okay. A Gatorade and some sleeping pills and acid reflux pills in my underwear because I didn't want to get my clothes messed up.
Yeah.
And so I literally am eating naked, trying to figure out what am I going to fall asleep to on Netflix in this hotel room, because my flight had to left at 7 a.m., which means I got to get up. I got to be there at 6, which means I got to get up at 5:30 at least to get there.
Yeah.
And I made it, but it was an ordeal getting there. Shows were great, sold out 3 of the 4, but I know that's had to happen to you at some point.
A billion times, and that's the one. Being home for as long as we've been home, that's the one thing I don't miss. And I kind of feel once we ramp up again, I hope I can get back into that travel shape, because that's just super, super. Although I will do, I'm not taking early flights anymore. That's my new thing.
Yeah.
Is I will get into a place the night before so I can leave just in the middle of the day instead of doing that 6 a.m. flights, because you get 0 sleep, especially. If you take anything to help you go to sleep, you got to time it and go, I got to take it at 8 o'clock so I can get up at 4, or you're in that weird loop.
Yes. It's a nightmare. I mean,
so
but
those were how were the crowds?
Great.
Limited seating?
Huh?
Is it limited seating in all that?
Yes.
Stuff?
So the only thing, so Omaha is doing the social distancing limited seating. So they pulled out some tables and some chairs. So it's like 75% capacity, not 50%.
So Michigan is still,
or maybe it's 50, but it looked fuller than what I thought it was going to be. But they don't have a curfew.
Yeah,
like some places have a curfew. They didn't have a curfew.
Yeah, Michigan's 35% still. Restaurants just opened up today, indoor at 25%, and there's a 10 o'clock curfew. So I have shows February 12, 13, 14th. I'm back at the Comedy Castle. Usually I'm only there once a year. I was there in November, and then they got shut down. And then there's all these people trying to get tickets because I'm so popular. So I'm just doing shows Valentine's weekend in Royal Oak in Michigan, just to kind of pick up where I left off. So if you happen to be listening, where am I going to do the same show that I did in November? Probably. To be honest, I don't know what I'm going to talk about, because that was the last time I performed, pretty much. But yeah, it's still limited. So there's still only 50 play seats. I don't know, 500.
Yeah.
100 people at the most are allowed to be in there.
Yeah.
So, anywho.
Well, I will be in this weekend.
Merch. How do you feel about, do you have a table set up where people are standing in front of you?
I sold merch. I sell my ginger beard masks.
Yeah, you already had COVID.
Well, I've already. By the way, my first 20 minutes of my comedy now is all about that. So it's great. I love it. It feels great doing a bunch of new stuff that's working, and I like getting out and doing it. But I sell the ginger beard masks, and I already had COVID. But I recently started saying, one night I said, let me get this out of the way, just so everyone knows. I took the test before I got here, and I have COVID right now. Like, I have it. I go freak them out. Like,
dude, our scary movie, The Test. Maybe we have a bunch. Maybe it's either a sleep study or we combine all these tests. You know, we'll keep it for the sequel so we can get the test. You know,
tests
like people get tests like for whatever virus. We'll make up a virus and then we'll do the swab. The killer guy will jam the Q-tip up the person's nose and kill him.
Yes. Oh, that's how that someone's got to go out with that one. Definitely. Well, let me tell everyone, this weekend I'm going to be in Naples, Florida.
John, you got stuff to plug. Let me help you.
I mean, you were talking about your
shameless plugs.
There we go.
So if you don't want to see John Heffern in Royal Oak, no, you can do both. Come see me in Naples, Florida. Comedy. It's called Off the Hook Comedy Club, Naples, Florida. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, February 4, 5, and 6. I'll be there. You go to johnreap.com, click on tour dates. Columbus, Ohio. That weekend that you're doing Royal Oak, I'll be in Columbus, Ohio, so I can't come there to see you.
So close yet so far.
Huh?
We're so close yet so far.
I know.
Okay.
Then I'm doing Memphis and I'm doing Hyenas in Fort Worth in February.
You're doing a lot of like man, I'm so not on anyone's. I have like one show every 4 or 5 months.
You're killing it with all these Zoom corporate gigs.
I've not updated my website that you just put up there since literally 6 or 7 years.
John, you know what's killing me about you, and I love you so much. I need you to up your social media game.
How?
I don't know. You got to hire somebody, man. I'll start a GoFundMe page for you.
I don't know how to up it. Like, do I post more? I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I have no interest in posting. I
know.
Been doing stories. Like, I'll throw some stuff, but should I just do like video talks? Like, I don't even do my runs. I just kind of, I don't know.
There's a company that I'm going to recommend to you. I'm going to refer you to.
Okay.
And they've been helping me a lot. All my Facebook numbers have been going up because of what they've been doing. They're good at knowing when to post things, and they're good at figuring out the algorithms, what Facebook wants, what's trending, what bit should they share right now because this is trending in the news. Like they're on top of that. They get organic hits, not paid hits.
I've stayed the same, whatever, on all my social thing. Like, I've had no up or down. Like, I've stayed consistent. I lose as many followers as I gain. So I will, if anybody has I don't know what to post. I mean, I'm too pretty to post selfies because I would just stop everybody in their tracks trying to figure out.
I do love your selfie pics though. Your smile when you smile for your camera, like, yeah, you always do the same smile. Well, and it's not a smile that you normally do. It's only when you have the camera on you and you know if you look in the mirror, I've seen you do this too. When you look in the mirror and you do a smile, it's not how you normally smile. It's smiling for you, which it's interesting. I think a lot of people do that.
Okay. I will work on that. That would be my homework assignment. Also, here's my homework assignment. I'm going to make a old movie sound bed sleep track. So
there you go.
I think that should be a thing. And then so are you just doing are you saying suggestive listening? Do you know what I mean? Like for the
well, for my sleep app, it's like any other sleep app that you would download. Mm-hmm. But about 2 hours in, it switches to a different sound so that maybe you will have a different kind of dream that you want to have.
Well, I don't mean to interrupt. Hold on. I'm going to, what's this? I have one, my buddy. Okay. Can you hear this? Okay. Hold on.
Are you calling someone?
I have a buddy who, he does hypnosis.
Oh.
Come on. I don't know if he's going to answer.
HeffernandReap.com.
Yo.
Dude, Andy, it's John Heffern. You're on my podcast with John Reap.
Hey, how are you doing, guys?
Good. So where are you in Bali right now? Where are you?
I am in Panama right now and Mexico on Wednesday.
Okay, so here's what we're talking about. Me and John were talking about falling asleep in ways to without going through the whole podcast. We were talking about, have you ever had sex in a dream, and why don't you have real sex in real dreams? And then somehow we got to wet dreams, and then we kind of pulled it back around to John wants to create something where you can make you have whatever dream you want. Like, so while you're sleeping, you hear flying something, and then in your dream you start to fly, right, John? Did I say that?
Well, it's like this. It's like an app that you use to go to sleep. Sometimes people fall asleep to waterfalls or the ocean or rain. But
calm and things like that, right?
Yeah, but about 2 hours. But about 2 hours into that, it switches over to a different sound to maybe influence your dreams while you're in REM sleep. So let's say you want to have a dream about flying. Maybe you hear Superman movies or something like that while you're sleeping. Yes.
So Andy,
I love it.
I used Andy. We've been friends forever. I used him right before my special. We did a lot of hypnosis to kind of get my brain ready for the show, so I wouldn't be nervous. We did a lot of hypnotic suggestion. We did a
NLP, anchoring.
We did anchoring, neuro-linguistic programming. So how would you self-talk before you would? I know this is a weird question, and this isn't what you do, but you're so good with just using words to kind of create your. How would you, if we were going to do one where you want to pick one, John, like fly?
Sure, flying.
Okay, so if you were kind of suggesting to somebody, right? If you're kind of doing hypnosis, that they want to imagine them flying, how without I have
exactly.
Hold on, let me find No, hold on, dude. Hold on. How would you? Hold on, everybody. I'm trying to produce the show.
Yeah, he has to find music for every situation. So here we go.
No. Hold on. So, what language would you use, Andy? I'm trying to.
So, what would you use? Would be you got to imagine. So, imagine being able. Imagine what it would feel like to be able to have complete weightlessness right now. Imagine being able to float way above where you are and look down on all of your friends. And as you do, you feel so good. What it would be like to feel so good while you're flying, looking down on everybody beneath you. You know? Go on.
See, John?
Yeah, you just slowly start lifting up, levitating. Now you're up.
Yeah.
Now you're moving forward. The wind is.
What would the colors do?
What would you feel?
Where would you be? Who would be below you? What would the color be? What would the feeling be? What would you say to yourself as you're looking down on that vision below you and understand everything that's going through your head to make yourself feel good?
So the whole thing is you would just do a lot of imagining. So you're like, and as you're going and as you're flying over, you look and you see your old elementary school. And you feel what it was like to run onto the playground and see some of your friends. And as you fly over the city, you look down and you see your grandparents holding hands through the park. As you continue to go through the city, feel the wind and the air and just the happiness and the joy that's going over you as you go over where you had your first kiss. And then you go over where you scored the winning touchdown. Feel it. How's that? Was that close?
Pretty good.
Dude, I like it. I like it, mate. You know? And then we stick some language and some anchoring in that. We can go through with that. I like it.
All right.
See, the difference between like that is like, I could not fall asleep to that. I would be like bored by it, or, I want to fall asleep to like the sound effects that we have already on your, stuff like the ocean and the rainfall. So some generic noise, and then as your sleep switches over to that, right?
Yeah, but if they're gonna fly, John, not in Andy's in Panama.
Oh yes,
and you won't get this reference, but let me do this for you, John Rape.
Yep, that's Van Halen. Panama, yes.
So
Panama, I get it.
Well, we were talking about how grandmas used to only hum songs or do that only grandmas knew how to. So,
sure,
John, you're not saying do it with language then, because you would need to if we want to control your dreams. What you do is you'd set it up before you go to sleep, and then what you'd have
is a pre-designed state of what you want to feel like, what you want to think like, what your values are, what your beliefs are. And then you'd have an anchor or a trigger word that maybe in the recording during the night, this word starts to happen. And then you wake up in the morning and you say that word.
Oh, I like that.
Safe word, John. Like a safe word.
I've never been hypnotized ever. I would love to try it.
Feel good word.
I was hypnotized in college because I had a psychology class, and then Andy came over to my place in Los Angeles, and we were doing something. I remember just sitting in the chair, and then I was like, "This is goofy. What am I doing? Like, this is going to be dumb." And I was out, but I heard him the entire time because when I got done, I kind of felt refreshed, and then we worked. You know, that's a whole nother conversation maybe with Andy. I won't even get into. But so there we go, John. We can make your controlling, and I just think we need. I mean, you could do it with anything. You could go like, hold on. Now imagine yourself walking into Hooters. As you open the door, you smell the chicken. You see the Hooters shorts. Now imagine if Tiffany, the Hooters girl, walks over to you, slowly puts her hand on your shoulder. What does it feel like feeling that heart pulse race as you were touched by a Hooters waitress? See? Yeah. We just do that. And then guess who's going to have dream about Hooters waitresses? We are. All right, Andy, enjoy Panama. Don't get weirded in some weird drug cartel or whatever is happening down there. You're a brave guy.
I'll try not to, but I'm already in one, mate.
All right. Okay, perfect. We'll talk to you later.
Bye, Andy. I've never. So wait, is he in Panama, the country, or Panama City, Florida?
He's in Panama, the country.
Is Panama a country?
We own it. Panama Canal.
Yeah, we own the canal, I think. Do we still own the canal?
But yeah, so he does that. He just travels the world. He does like coaching and
so
stuff.
Wait, you've been hypnotized. You believe it? Why
do I not hear you all of a sudden?
Because I was talking the same time you were talking.
Did I lose you? I don't know who's live. I don't know in the chat room
John?
who they can hear. If they can hear me or John. I might have messed up making that phone call.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Say that they hear me, then I will close the show. If they can hear John, then
let's get the Alan Jackson to pop in here, see what he thinks about all this.
I heard you mouth the words.
Right. So
now I'm out.
No, John can't. John Heffron can't hear us.
So on the. Oh, I get it.
This is great.
Nobody's putting on the comments that they can hear me because they can't hear me.
Right. I'll say it. Can you guys hear John Heffron or not? Because I can hear him,
reading lips,
but he can't hear us.
Him.
Right. Yeah. We can hear you. You can't hear
us. Me. So let's do this. Ready? Hold on.
Well, no, they can hear you.
So what we learned today? We learned. Well, we're making a sleep study. We're making a sleep study movie. It's gonna be a thriller. It's gonna be like Saw, but it'll be Saw and Lost. John Reap is performing at Off the Hook Comedy somewhere in Naples, Florida this weekend. And then he's in Columbus, Ohio after that. And then he's at Hyenas or something, which I believe sounds like a Florida thing again. Hyenas. I'm looking at him. He's shaking his head.
Texas.
Hyena is where?
Texas.
In Texas. He's in Texas. And the city sounds like... He's in Texas. So Hyenas, Texas. I am at Mark Ridley's Comedy Castle, February 12th through the 14th. I think there's a curfew, so we got to be out of there before my parents get home. Make sure you subscribe and write comments. Be interactive. Somehow help me get my social media up. That's what she said, right? Hope everybody has somewhat close to a good dream tonight. I think you know what I'm talking about. You're either going to dream about that or Hooters or flying over a Hooters as you have a wet dream. That could happen. I think
subscribe.
John and Alan are just whispering stuff to me. They're saying things. There we go. And now we're just wrapping up. Everybody stay safe and all that stuff. John Heffron, John Reap. That was Heffron and Reap Show.
You've been listening to the smooth sounds of Heffron and Reap. The show is over, but come back next week, same reap time, same Heffron channel, for more comedy conversations, music, 80s church, and the life and times of a quarantine comedian. Always expect the unexpected, and who knows where the conversations will go. And as always, remember to rate, review, subscribe, and share. Peace.
Since you love the Heffron and Reap show, please go to iTunes and let them know. Rank the show and leave a comment. We don't care what you write, you know. They, Heffron and Reap, have low self-esteem. So please validate them by ranking them and making them seen. So no matter what